And now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. This portion of the show is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Rancho Leonero, where your wildest Baja dreams come true. Maui Jim Sunglasses, the choice of the best captains. Shimano Rods and Reels, fish with the best. Shimano. And by Yamaha Outboards, official motor sponsor of Let's Talk Hookup. Here we go. Another great hour of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. Here's Pete Gray and Rock Cod Rick Maxa.
Welcome back, hour number 2. Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Pete Gray here with Rock Cod Rick Maxa. We're in the studio with our buddy, Captain Ryan Bostian from the San Diego, talking fishing, talking tuna fishing. Extraordinary tuna fishing right off our coast here in Southern California.
How cool is it that you can wake up in the morning at your house, jump on the San Diego, literally go catch yellowfin tuna, and nice ones too. That's the other thing we've hardly talked about. They're nice ones. This isn't the 5-pounders of years past. It's real deal.
This is real deal. We had a stop day before yesterday. It was solid 25 to 40 pounders. Most of them 30 to 35 pounders.
Wow, this is real deal.
They're good ones.
Good ones.
That's what's making the small hook light line thing even more challenging.
Yeah, but that's fun. It's angling.
It's angling. Yeah.
That's cool.
Catch that fish, spiked, bled, RSW. Yeah. It's like you're fishing on the long range boat. It's like you're on the Royal Polaris, and then you go to sleep in your own bed again that night.
Yeah.
How cool is that,
That's
man?
Pretty cool.
It's awesome. Hey, we're having a great time here talking fishing, talking the San Diego. If you want to join us, man, give us a call. We would love to hear from you this morning. 2 ways you can be a part of Let's Talk Hookup. Again, 858 area code 457-1090. One more time, 858 457-1090. That's a local number. Or get us toll-free. That toll-free line, 877-792-1090. One more time, 877-792-1090. Not only taking your phone calls today, also giving away a great prize. And one lucky caller at the end of the show today is going to get to go on that 3-quarter-day trip. We're giving away a spot on the San Diego 3-quarter-day trip out of C4 Sport Fishing, as well as one ticket to enjoy that awesome craft food and beer fest. It's going on Saturday, October the 1st at Portuguese Hall in San Diego, all put on by CCA. Your $30 membership for the year of CCA is included in that $50 ticket, so pretty darn cool.
And if you want to go get tickets for yourself, you don't win this particular ticket, courtesy of Mr. Steve Pazel there. You just go to ccacalifornia.org, and you can buy tickets right online for that craft beer and food fest, which Rockeye Rick and I will both be there, so you don't want to miss it.
It'll be a lot of fun. Well, the phone lines are absolutely packed solid. Every line full with the exception of one local line. Literally have one number open if you want it right now. It's 858-457-1090. Your shot to get through right now. Let's talk to Rich, who's calling us from Camarillo this morning. Good morning, Rich. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Morning, Rich.
Morning, Pete, Rick, and Captain Ryan. Got a question in regards to dropper loop fishing for yellowtail. How important is it if you use fluorocarbon or just straight mono?
I don't think fluorocarbon is necessary in that situation. When you're fishing a dropper loop for yellowtail down on the bottom, there's not very much light penetration down there. It's relatively dim and dark down there, so I don't think fluorocarbon is necessary for dropper loop fishing. We have some times at the Coronado Islands where a dropper loop is an excellent way to get a bite.
Ooh.
A lot of times most of the time, yellowtail relate to the bottom. They like to be on the bottom. So dropper loops and yo-yo jigs, very popular technique.
All right, there you go. Hey, thanks a lot for the call this morning. There was also a time when that bluefin tuna offshore was relating to sinker rigs, right?
Yeah,
what was that all about?
Yeah, bluefin like to be deep also, and rubber band a 4 or 6 ounce torpedo sinker up above your hook, a very effective way to get a bite. But I tell you, those flat falls, man, I think they're the best offshore heavy lure I've ever seen in my life.
Which size?
All sizes, all sizes, depending on the fish you're targeting and the line size that you're using. We use all sizes.
It's an amazingly effective lure.
They are.
We even used them for salmon in Alaska.
Yeah, I remember.
And rockfish.
4 or 5 years ago, I first heard about them on this show. Rick was talking about using them for rockfish.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what they were, and then I saw them in the C4 tackle shop, and now they're just a mainstay on the boat.
Gotta have them.
There's 30, 40, 50 of them on the boat every single day.
Wow.
Yeah, we don't use them every day, but if the right situation comes up, man, They're very, very effective.
Remember when we had the super hot water years last year and the year before, and there was, difficulties with bait, and you were having issues with the bait maybe not making it all the way through? There was major sport boat trips that were made due to flat, like the entire boat. This is what we're fishing, and I remember in the tackle store every night guys are coming up like, I want to make sure our passengers, every single guy on the boat has at least 2 of these things. I mean, this is how we're catching our fish.
This is how we're
some of those charter boats, overnight charter boats, even open party boats, you'll see them through the binoculars. They'll have every single passenger rigged up with a flat fall.
Really?
In the right situation.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. Hey, Rockcod Rick, did you know that San Vicente Reservoir opens on Thursday?
I did know that.
Did you know that?
And I knew that because
Ryan?
I will be in line
I've never
on
heard
Thursday
of that,
morning.
Yeah, I've never heard of that, Mike. Well, today is the day to get geared up for it at East County Bait and Tackle. ECBT's having their big celebration in conjunction with Shimano. Today, it's happening right now, as a matter of fact. They have vendors, pro staff, raffle prizes, special buys on the right gear to go fish that lake. And those guys know the inside info on what to fish at San Vicente. If you are fortunate enough to have a ticket to go fish that amazing place, go check out East County Bait and Tackle today. It's going on all day today, and it's a big celebration. Check it out.
If you haven't been there either, too, you got to just check out the newly remodeled store. I mean, they took over the space from the two buildings next door. It's huge now. I mean, it is just awesome and so well stocked, as has always been the tradition at ECBT. And the other thing, too, is the stuff that's difficult to find. Those guys are just so into the latest and greatest swim baits and all those things that you hear about and you can't get, and they cost $2,000. And then you walk into ECBT and there's a wall full of them there. Like, those guys, they do it right.
Have you been to that store?
I have. I love that store.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, I like seeing Ryan out there and Gene. Gene's not there anymore,
No,
right?
Gene's not there anymore,
yeah,
but they've got a great staff.
I love it.
Yeah, very well done. The ultimate freshwater store in Southern California.
They're definitely,
there's nothing that even comes close.
They're all in,
for
sure.
They are, for sure. Let's go ahead and jump back into the phone.
You got it, man. How about this time we talk to Don? He's calling us from Woodland Hills. Good morning, Don. Thanks for hanging in there with us on Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, guys. Good morning. Thanks for taking my call, Pete, Rick, and Captain Ryan. Hey, as a sidebar, Pika is like Mr. Excitement number 2.
Oh, no doubt.
Man, how about that, huh?
He was really stoked. Hey, Pete, I want to congratulate you on 25 years of broadcasting excellence and supporting the fishing community. I've been out of town and with family the last couple of weekends, so I didn't get a chance to call in last weekend. However, I did get the opportunity to listen last night on my travel back to Los Angeles, all 4 hours of Let's Talk Hookup from last weekend. So I feel like I'm totally caught up because you have the ability to put everything up on the archive page.
Yeah,
so thank you so much.
Thanks
That's
so
cool,
much.
John.
Yeah, appreciate that. And the archives are just so handy for those that miss the show or just want to sleep in or whatever. They're available 7/24. And Adam, our main guy on the board here on the other side of the glass, is the guy that puts that all together, and we're very thankful to have those.
Well, it was great listening to everybody call in, a lot of longtime callers that haven't called in for a while, and just made me reflect on the history that I've been able to experience, and it's probably somewhere between 15 and 20 years of Let's Talk Hookup. I remember getting up at 6 a.m. to listen to the show instead of being able to sleep until 7 now.
Until 7, yeah.
And it's great. There's just a ton of history. Anyone that's been listening knows all about it, and I'll just finish up with CCA. I listened to Wayne talk about the membership that we have. San Diego's going strong. L.A. County, Orange County is coming up and going, but I think the numbers that they mentioned for California is around 2,000, and we need to double and triple that here in the next year. So I encourage everybody, if you don't know about CCA, ask somebody. If you've been thinking about it, spend the $30 or go to the events and spend the $50. Get a full year's membership, and we've got to support the thing that we love, and that's fishing.
You bet. And this is the only way it's going to happen because there's so many people that want to take it away from us. And CCA is the powerhouse that can make that happen and have our voice be heard. And that's a good message. Thanks, Don, for the kudos there on the show, and we hope we can do it for many, many more years to come for you. Thanks a lot for the call.
All right. Hey, with that, it's time to find out what's biting out there. It is time for our FishDope.com Catch Report with the man, Captain Dave Hansen, your saltwater guide. Today is Catch Report sponsored in part by Gamakatsu Hooks, Japan's leading fish hook that sets the standard for quality and innovation, strength and durability. With this local tuna season that's going on right now, you heard Captain Ryan talking about small hooks, and that Nautilus circle hook and that great live bait light wire hook is an awesome hook from Gamakatsu. Get it at your local tackle stores because it's got the right design to help you pin on your bait and, more importantly, help you put your fish on the deck. You can also check out more information at gamakatsu.com. Let's talk to the man, Captain Dave Hansen. Good morning, Dave.
Hey, good morning, you guys. Good morning, Ryan, Pete, Rick.
What's up, Dave?
Hey, guys, it's been kind of a fun week. That yellowfin pushed right in front of Dana Point Harbor for a little while there. Stuff was like 20 miles off the beach. And like Ryan was saying, it was keyed in on the smaller sardines and the light line, number 4, number 2 hook, and 15-pound. And once you got them going, though, you could switch over and start to fish heavier line. But you needed to get that first or second fish going. It was really weird. Once you got them going, biting a little bit, you could switch to the heavier line there. That fish kind of got pushed out a little bit. The water kind of dropped a little bit. It's closer down there to the border now and over the line down there on the 302, but there's still plenty of yellowfin to catch. And I know Ryan's been on it really good. He's got it dialed in pretty good. So if you guys want to catch some yellowfin, I would suggest going with Ryan there on the San Diego. He's got it going on. It kind of pushed out of our area a little bit, so if you still want to get some yellowfin, you want to get down there on one of those San Diego boats. There is still some fish out on the 209. It's just kind of hit and miss, but there is still some fish up here. But the best bet's to get down there in San Diego and go fishing, guys. And then that marlin fishing, really very good Masters tournament. There was like 20-something fish caught in the Masters there and twice as many hooked. That marlin showed up here. Pretty good numbers in our area. You know, there's fish on the slide. There's fish down to the 43. There's fishing on the 209. There's a big spread of fish. It's just starting to settle in. It looks like it might be a really good October there for marlin fishing, guys. Like, historically, that's what it's supposed to be anyway. So it looks like we're set up for a really good year for the marlin. And then as far as fishing on the coast there, the water temperature dropped a little bit. So the bass fishing's kind of touchy right now. They got live squid up there at San Pedro Bait. That might change things over at the islands there with the live squid. You just got to keep an eye on the bite. And like I've been saying all year, the best thing to do is just go fishing.
Yeah, go fishing. Live squid at San Pedro Bait Company. That's awesome.
No doubt.
Yes, it is. That's big news. Corby's all over that. So that might change the look of this week fishing. So keep an eye on it.
All right. Well, Dave, I know that you report to Fish Dope, see your reports all the time up there, and that's one of the keys to finding these fish. You just don't have Fish Dope, you're not in the game. And
you got to kind of stay on that bite, and Danny's very, very good at making sure that everybody knows what's going on.
Yeah, marlin to tuna to yellowtail to rockfish, it doesn't matter. He's on it. Save $20 now on a new membership to fishdope.com. Use the code Hookup Now. One word, lowercase, no space. Hookup Now. And if we want to go wild in the sack and go fishing with Captain Dave Hansen, how do we do that?
Guys, you can give me a call at 949-374-0786. And, hey, guys, guess what starts next week? Lobster season. So we're already got a lobster trip scheduled for the 3rd. Pete, I'm going to do my very best to not let everybody know where you're fishing lobsters all winter long, buddy.
Yeah,
now that you got your boat, I'm sure you'll be at Catalina a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. I'll just follow you, Dave. That's going to be easy.
And we'll both just follow Brandon Hayward.
That's
so we'll figure it out somehow.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Dave, thanks a lot for that, and we'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, Kelly and I are down here in your neck of the woods at Verona Casino right now having a nice, relaxing morning. So I'll talk to you guys next week. Next week, Pete, I'll be on the Ridge. I'm taking a boat to Cabo. I'm leaving Thursday, so I'll be on the Ridge when I call you Sunday morning, tell you how bitchin' it is.
Wow, fantastic. Cool. Catch us a wahoo. Thanks a lot, Dave.
Right,
have a fun trip.
All right, well, let's jump right back into the phones. I know they are solidly packed up. We got a first-time caller on the line. We always say first-time callers go right to the front of the line. That's the case with Dean from, looks like Costa Rica. What's up, Dean?
Costa Rica. Good morning, Dean.
Hello. Good morning, guys.
Morning, Dean.
Nice to hear from you. I listen to your show all the time. My brother, I wanted to tell you, brought me some of those flat falls from California. And just the other day, we were fishing for some grouper, dropped it under the boat, and about 30 feet down, wham, got hit by a sailfish.
Sailfish.
Those flat falls, man,
Are you really in Costa Rica right now?
I am really in Costa Rica. I'm here in Guanacaste, Playa Negra.
Wow.
My friend and I run a small charter business,
Nice.
and we go fishing all the time. We're fishing for grouper, and yeah, those flat falls work for everything, man. I love them.
Man, that's awesome. That's
super
great.
fun down here. You know, Alaska has those flights straight to Liberia these days. My brother always tries to catch the cheapest one. And, the fishing's been good. A lot of Dorado showing up with the rainy season. And, God, I'm stoked I got through. Glad to hear you guys listen to you all the time. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, Dean. You know, I took that Alaska flight last November when they inaugurated it from LAX direct to Liberia, which is right there in Guanacaste area. And you don't have to go into San Jose up in the mountains and drive 4 or 5 hours. You're literally 45 minutes to the good fishing there?
Oh, yeah. 45 minutes to Playa del Coco, where they have a bunch of different boats to choose from. Where I live sort of south of Tamarindo here, and we got a little harbor kind of protected that we go out of all the time, too, and it's really nice to get off the plane and be right on the water that afternoon.
What's the name of your charter operation if somebody wants to come fishing with you?
Well, gosh, we run Pesca Los Pargos, Fishing Los Pargos out of Los Pargos, Costa Rica here. And, I'm on Facebook and Instagram at Pesca Los Pargos. There's information there to contact me, or you can get a hold of me on my cell phone at area code 506-7158-0085. We do 3-quarter-day trips. It's super fun, and thanks you guys again for taking my call.
Yeah, Dean, thanks a lot for calling us from one of the most beautiful places on earth there, that Guanacaste area of Costa Rica.
It really is.
Love
I feel
that
so
place.
lucky.
Yeah, indeed. Thanks, Dean. Appreciate that. How about that? I think that could be recorded as one of the longest distance calls, listening to us live on the internet.
Non-prearranged, just a guy listening to their show, call up, want to talk about flat falls. I think he wins in the distance category.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
of course,
cool.
We get calls from Christmas Island or Panama or wherever we're fishing, but that was probably the longest distance from a regular caller just calling on the regular line.
Yeah, listening to Ryan talk about flat falls. I'm going to call those guys and talk about it.
Talk about flat falls catching sailfish.
Hopefully he wins the 3-quarter-day trip and he can fly up here.
Fly up here.
Yeah, you guys can trade a trip.
Yeah. Indeed.
Hey, well, let's jump back into the phones. They're packed up. We're going to talk to Ed, called us from Mira Mesa. Ed, round 2. Good morning.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Hi, Ed.
Good morning, Ed.
Yeah, it's good to hear Pika there.
Yeah, that was fun.
I haven't heard him in a while. Yeah, I have a comment about Fisherman's Landing. I called Rick last week about changing mono to fluorocarbon, and thanks a lot for that. I can always call down there and get a hold of someone that can tell me how to do something. So I appreciate that.
Oh, it's our pleasure, Ed.
Okay, now my call is San Vicente. I was looking at how to fish it and that, and the thing is do they have shore fishing there, and what about tubes? Can tubes be used?
So they definitely will have shore fishing there for sure, but as you can imagine, the water level has come up so high that where the shoreline is now is where brush was, for the last 8 years. So there's very limited shore access, but as far as I'm aware, they definitely have ability to put in kayaks and float tubes on the lake, and there is a permit just for that, a non-boat launching permit. All the permits are purchased through Ticketmaster right now, but I think they do. I forget what Thursday of the month it is, but you can. That's when the following month's dates go online. But what I would do if you had all those questions, Ed, is go to that East County Bait and Tackle sale. You're in Mira Mesa. It's only 15 minutes away from you, and go talk to Ryan and those guys. They literally know all the ins and outs.
Tell you
how
where
to get
to
tickets,
launch.
where, what, the whole nine. Like that's where your best info is going to come. Anything San Vicente, those guys at East County Bait and Tackle.
There you go.
Oh, great.
Hey, Ed, thanks a lot for the call. And that's going on all day today at East County Bait, right at the end of the 67 freeway in Rickyville.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, when we come back, we got a lot of Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More of your phone calls. You stay tuned. You're listening to Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090.
Inland Boat Center is the destination for your next boat. They've been around 35 years, so they're here to stay with something for everyone. Inland Boat Center has a giant inventory of all types of boats, including the perfect saltwater fishing boats made by Arima and Defiance. Inland Boat Center has a huge 2.5-acre indoor showroom with over 300 new and pre-owned boats, making them the largest boat store on the West Coast. Family owned and operated, they are proud of their customer service. They take trades of all types. Come check out out their inventory of Defiance boats from 20 to 29 feet, or the fantastic selection of the amazing Arima boats from 17 to 21 feet. Inland Boat Center has a full-service department, fiberglass repair and upholstery department. Everything you need is under one roof at Inland Boat Center, 681 East San Jacinto in Paris. Check the website for the current inventory and more at inlandboatcenter.com.
When it comes to fishing rods for saltwater, there's just one name you need to know, CalStar. Take, for example, the Graphiter series. It's a true graphite and fiberglass composite rod, the finest that's ever been built. And for anglers seeking traditional performance, durability, and quality at an affordable price, the CalStar West Coast series of rods and blanks are the ones for you. Their master craftsmen bring decades of rod building experience to every rod they make. So if you want your fishing rods to be truly state-of-the-art, I always recommend CalStar at fine tackle stores everywhere.
This is Rick Jensen with Sport Fishing Financial. I think most of you get that I'm a fisherman and work with the fishing community, but to understand exactly what Sport Fishing Financial does, ask yourself these 4 questions. First, do you really know how much money you'll need in order to retire comfortably? Next, do you know how much you'll have to save on a regular basis to reach that number? Do you have a process that includes a proven investment strategy and confidence that the money you save will grow? Last, do you have a plan for how to turn your savings into retirement income? If you don't have good answers to these questions, you're not alone, but you should, and I can make sure you do. In addition, if you own a business and currently provide or are planning on providing a retirement savings plan for yourself or your employees, we should really talk. We offer an outstanding variety of creative solutions that are sure to meet your needs.
Some of our listeners may feel overwhelmed. Others may believe they are already doing the best they can. In either case, I bet Rick can help. Set a time to meet with him and start planning for your personal or business investment success. Find Rick on the web at sportfishingfinancial.com or give him a call at 949-481-1807.
Cast Tours is a family-owned and operated travel company that specializes in taking you to great fishing destinations. They take pride in providing the best and most affordable vacation packages available. For over 20 years, Cast Tours has been creating unique sport fishing and vacation trips. Whether it's a fishing trip, a family vacation, or an adventure, they will provide you the service and value you deserve. Call Cast Tours at 800-593-6510 or check casttours.com.
If the fish are biting, I'm on my boat, rain or shine. Of course, I wear my life jacket. It's like wearing a seatbelt. Clip it on, grab my tackle box, and hit the water.
Love California, vote California, save California. A message from California State Parks Division of Boating and Waterways.
This is Captain Tim Ekstrom from the long-range vessel Royal Star. With my partners Randy Toussaint and Brian Sims, we have set the bar for the long-range fishing experience. A spring 8-day, summer 5-day, or a fly-down, fly-back 11-day winter trip, we deliver the highest quality long-range voyage you will find. From our premium RSW fish storage to our top-of-the-line chefs and crew, Royal Star distinguishes itself from all others. Want to grab a spot on the Royal Star? Check us out at RoyalStarSportFishing.com or call Tracy at 619-224-4764.
Lobster season's here. It's time to gear up with the best in the business, Promar. Based out of SoCal, Promar knows lobster and makes everything you need to catch these tasty critters. The Promar guys are hardcore lobster fishermen and have all styles of hoop nets to commercial, grade rope, buoys, and baiting accessories. Visit Promar on Facebook or on the web at promarnets.com.
XSPRS 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California.
You're listening to the home of the Aztecs.
He's gone. Touchdown. Aztecs.
San Diego's sports leader, the mighty 1090.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090. Phones have been packed all show. The only line open is a single toll-free number at 858-457-1090.
All right. Hey, let's jump back into those jam-packed phone lines. They want to talk to Captain Ryan Bostian from the San Diego.
Sounds good to me, man. How about we talk to David? He's calling us from San Diego this morning. Hi, David. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hi, David.
Yeah, good morning, guys.
Morning,
David.
Yeah, I got a question for Ryan Boston. I'm going fishing in his boat tomorrow, and where do you recommend what kind of rod we should take with us?
I would bring a 20-pound live bait rod and a matching reel. We like those Trinidad 14s a lot for
such a nice reel.
Such a nice reel for
Trinidad 14.
Yeah, or the Torium is also a nice, lesser expensive option.
Yeah,
too.
Torium. Yeah, just match your reel size. Go ahead.
And you guys also serve food in there, food like hamburgers and stuff like that?
Yeah, we have a full galley on the boat. Yeah,
really good food.
Yeah.
And you guys have a hot dog or hot dog water?
No hot dogs.
No hot dog. Indeed. Well, you should have a good time, though, but you definitely want to take fluorocarbon, okay? Because that's really key. Cigar fluorocarbon, 20 pound?
20 pound, yes.
20 pound.
20 pound.
Yeah, indeed. And if you don't have the equipment, get over to Seaforth and just rent the gear right there.
Yes, they have everything you need.
All right. Hey, good luck on your trip. Thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
How about next up, we talked to Fred. He's calling us from Woodland Hills this morning. Good morning, Fred. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hi, Fred.
Gentlemen, thank you for taking my call. I got two things. First, I got to give a kudos to Don from Woodland Hills. One of these days we'll hook up, but he always has good information, or he asks very good, informative questions, and that's really cool.
Yes, he does.
And but for Captain Ryan, my question is, at Seaforth, how do you set up for fishermen's processing or Mario's? How do you do that?
On our trip, on a 3/4 day trip, it's not available. But the crew can fillet your fish once we cross the border, and that's something that we do every day. We fillet a lot of customers' fish. Some of the longer trips out of Seaforth, day and a half to 4-day trips on the Pacific Voyager or Apollo, those boats that are doing that, I do see the fishermen's processing guys showing up. I think it has to be scheduled ahead of time.
You have to call Sean or one of the people over at Fisherman's Processing and make arrangements.
Yes.
Make a reservation, and then they'll work it out to be able to. The factor I had a long conversation with Sean, who runs Fisherman's Processing, the other day about that. Private boaters, other sport boats, overnights and such like that. He says their key is they keep so busy with the long-range boats. It all depends on the long-range schedule. If they have a whole bunch of long-range boats that come in one day, they can't take your fish. They're not going to overdo it because they want to do a quality job for everybody. So if you can call in advance, they will tell you if that day your fish is coming in, whether they can take you or not. So it's all about calling them and make arrangements and make reservations. But the other option, too, is have it filleted on the boat. And then if you want to have it vacuum packed, call Sean. Maybe they can do that, or one of the other processors.
We have people that do that. They get it cleaned by the crew on the boat, and then they drive it over to them and get them trimmed up and vacuum sealed, and then it's right in your freezer, right in your refrigerator, however you want to do it. It's nice.
Okay. All right. Hey, good luck with that. Thanks a lot for the call this morning.
All right. How about we jump right back into him and talk to Mike. He's calling us from San Carlos. What's up, Mike? Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, guys. I got two questions. One is, what is the application for the 2-speed? Because I got a small Saltus, a little bigger Okuma, and a bigger TLD 30. But when do you kick that thing into low gear?
Bigger fish, when you just need a lower gear to put line back on your reel. We tell people on the San Diego when they're fishing a 2-speed reel, don't put it in low gear until your fish is straight up and down and circling. When it's in the beginning of the fight and the fish might be weird and take a long run on the surface and then turn and swim at you, you want that higher gear ratio to take up line. So we tell people put it in low gear at the end of the fight. It's always on a big fish. It's always the last 40 feet that are the toughest, 30 feet. That's when you need that low gear to get the fish on the boat.
So kind of when you can see him almost.
Yeah, when you can see him and he's just doing the circles, and it's really hard to put line back on your reel. When we were catching some of those bigger bluefin earlier in the year, we were telling the people, conserve your energy in the beginning of the fight. Make sure you have a nice firm drag setting in the beginning of the fight. Make the fish work for every foot of line he's taking off your reel. And conserve your energy for that last 20 feet.
Okay, my second question is, by the way, I'm a CCA member, and I just bought dish dope for my friend who has a boat, which I thought was a cheap investment. Anyway,
that's great.
So he gave me a bunch of those kind of, I don't know what they're called, like long rubbery things where you're supposed to put a lead head on the top. Like, I've never caught anything.
Like an MC swim bait?
Yeah, I've never caught anything smaller than a yellowtail because I've never, been around the bay or something. So what do you do with those?
With
Fish
what?
bass.
Yeah.
Like swim baits.
Oh, swim baits or slugs or something?
Yeah.
Bass.
Bass. That's for when you're going on the half-day boat.
Yeah, calico bass.
Calico bass, or when things switch to for inshore, they're going to Coronado Islands on the San Diego.
Right.
Yellowtail eat them too, right?
They will.
Yeah.
They will.
It's
Yeah.
not the ideal bait for them, but
you guys can throw them out on the slide.
You can do that. You know, plastics are real popular albacore fishing on the slide. Guys dropping back swim baits. Or you can just cast them and retrieve them when the boat stopped.
There you go. Okay, you said it, the A word. When are they coming back?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm saying next year again.
Okay.
You know why? Just because
you said it
one day,
year.
every year it's going to happen.
Every year for the last 10
1 year,
years, and one of these times, if
maybe. I hope
like,
I'm still alive. When
who's
it
the man?
happens.
Told you. Told you it was going to be next year.
That's it. All right. Thanks a lot for the call this morning.
Speaking of fishing the slide, are you guys getting any jig strikes on that yellowfin at all? I mean, is it worth trolling? Do you even have trolling gear out, or do they just not fight the lures?
We're not even really trolling. You know, a passenger might drop a featherback on his own, but as far as us setting up a traditional trolling rotation like we do on years past, we're not really trolling. However, yesterday there was some jig strikes. Some
really?
boats got some jig strikes. So it's changing a little bit right now. We may start trolling here more seriously in the next couple of weeks, but you know, my thing on the San Diego is I don't want to stop on just a couple of fish. I want to drive around until I see a big school on a sonar and then stop.
You have the machinery, shall we say, the
Yeah.
technology on that boat to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And most, do you even use the up and down much for locating your fish anymore?
Yeah, I mean it's more we see it on the sonar first, and then we chase it down and track it, and then get it on the up and down meter. But we always see it on the sonar first.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty rare that we catch something and we didn't first see it on the sonar.
Really?
It almost never happens.
Yeah. Indeed. Quite an asset. To the boat.
Man, it's amazing.
Yeah. All right. Let's go and jump back in the phones, Rick.
You got it, man. How about this time we talked to Sam? He's calling us from Irvine this morning. What's up, Sam? Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning. Hey, I love that boat to San Diego. I've been on it a couple times this year, and it's an awesome boat. But my question for the skipper is, what would his average angler that comes on his boat, his regulars, have in their tackle box? You know, I bring way too much junk on the three-quarter day boats. What would be his suggestion for that?
You know, I know it can be confusing, and there's a lot of different stuff. You know, our regular passengers, they watch our website and our Facebook and our Instagram every single day. They have it on their phone. And we do our best to tell you what's going on right now. You know, if you look at our Facebook page right now, you're going to see a lot of talk of 20-pound mono with 20-pound fluorocarbon, and then bring in one heavier rod just in case. So we do our best to put it out there because, you know, there's certain times a year we want you to bring yo-yo rods. There's certain times a year we want you to bring light fly line bait rods, and then it might be a surface iron. And so it's constantly changing. So our regulars have in their tackle box pretty much what they see on our website.
Yeah,
what we tell
and
them to
your
bring.
Facebook page is so awesome. I mean, between that and keeping an eye on Fish Dope or where the fish are, that's how I kind of keep track of everything. And
Yeah.
I know that when Ryan posts that he caught 120, it was biting.
It was biting.
When he's posting that he caught, 40 or 30, it wasn't biting.
Yeah.
It's like I gauge everything on what you catch on the San Diego. It's like, yeah. It's a very, very helpful tool.
It's amazing how popular it is.
Yeah, you have thousands of people looking at that.
It's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. And you post every day.
Try to. If I'm out of town or something, my wife and I are on vacation or something, it might get hard, but I try to.
Yeah. And how do you get on the Facebook page for the San Diego?
It's called, you can go in there and put a search for The San Diego.
The San Diego.
Yes, it's under The San Diego.
And you can tell because there's a big boat in the picture.
Right.
That's the San Diego.
Yeah. The San Diego.
If there's pictures of big high-rises and stuff, that's not the one.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot for the call this morning.
All right. How about next up we talk to Kenny, who's calling us from Hawaiian Gardens this morning. Good morning, Kenny. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, morning, guys. I've never fished on the San Diego. Could you give me a description of it? And the videos and what I've heard, a lot of people do a lot of fishing off the bow, surface iron fishing and stuff. that just like a really big bow or something? Are you fishing up on a slide or something doing that?
It's a normal size bow for that boat. The San Diego is a Ditmar Donaldson. That's the kind of boat. There's a lot of them in the fleet. The Grande, the Liberty, they're all Ditmars. The Western Pride is the exact same boat as the San Diego.
Oh, is it?
Same hull, yeah. The superstructure and stuff might be a little bit different, but they were building those boats in the 60s in Costa Mesa, and there's still some really nice ones around. The Searcher is a
Ditmar,
Ditmar, yeah.
Prowler's a Ditmar?
Prowler,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, some just iconic hulls.
They're kind of like the classic Southern California sport boat look, you know. It's just the Freedom is a Ditmar.
Yeah.
And as far the guys fish on the bow. A lot of the guys that fish the lures, the surface iron and stuff, they like that bow area. Either right in front of the bait tank or up on the bow is the most casting room.
Yeah.
The San Diego's got such classic lines, and it's very easy to pick out for two reasons in the gyros, like because it's got low and long lines. You know, it's very comfortable and low to the water, and you know it's a very easy one to fish with. So you can spot them very easily that way, or you can just look for the trail of about 30 private boats trailing behind them all day. That's really easy one to
really
find. Also,
low to the water.
Yeah,
which
and
is
that's
nice.
what makes huge, even up on the bow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great boat. And you've owned it, operated it for several years, right?
Yeah, we bought it in 2004.
Right.
And so it was Frank Lepresti and I for up until 2 years ago, and recently bought him out, and now it's just my wife and I.
That's fantastic.
That's cool, man.
It's a great operation operating out of C4 Sport Fishing.
Yes, it's been there since it was built. Bob Williams drove it for 40 years.
40 years, the legendary Bob Williams.
Yes. It's been there since the 60s.
That's rad.
Wow. It's a great boat.
Yeah, it is.
Great
And
fishing platform. You've done so much work on it, too, right?
Yeah, they're constant work.
I mean, you've done a lot of improvements, though. The galley, the RSW fish hole, the bait tanks, everything.
Yeah, we've tried to improve it as best we can.
Yeah.
I was just, you took the words out of my mouth. You're going to say the same thing. I mean, there's no expense has been spared. I mean, and you guys were always the first ones to have an RSW in the 3/4 day, and the first one to have multiple pairs in gyros, and the first guys to redo the baits. It's just, you can tell that boat gets pushed all the time. There's a reason you guys do as good as you do. You put a lot into it, and you make a lot of hard work out of it.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot for the call this morning.
Rob and PB, you're up next on Let's Talk Hookup. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning. Yeah, I had a question. Was when you're leaving Mission Bay in a small skiff, what the closest spot that would you're most likely to hook up with some decent fish outside of Mission Bay, since you got a small skiff,
For offshore fishing, like tuna fishing and stuff?
Yeah, just something, I'm talking about like, a 12-foot boat, 12-foot aluminum boat. You want the closest spot that you have maybe a suggestion where, the best spot, the closest out once you get outside the harbor.
You could come out of Mission Bay and you could drive half a mile south and be in the Point Loma kelp beds, which is a very, very popular half-day fishing destination. La Jolla is not too far away. La Jolla, I think, is 5 miles north. So
just make sure you check your weather.
Yeah. Check your weather.
A small boat like that, you really want to have calm seas. That entrance to Mission Bay can get pretty gnarly sometimes. You really have to be careful with that.
The entrance can watch the weather, like Pete said. Very important.
Yeah. Because that's actually under minimal, in my opinion, to really go out in the open ocean. I don't know how you feel about that.
It's small.
It's small.
Yeah. 12 feet's not a lot of boat.
Yeah, that's not a lot of boat under you, so be very, very careful and watch your weather. Thanks a lot for the call this morning.
All right. Hey, let's jump back into them and talk to Randy, calling us from Idaho this morning. Good morning, Randy. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Calls today. Good morning, Randy.
Good morning, guys. I just got on the computer and came on this morning, and Ryan was there talking about the San Diego, and I had to call because I worked for Bobby Williams back in 1968.
Oh, that's rad. That's cool.
And I even worked a couple weekends for Donnie Shands, who I think ran the San Diego first.
Oh, yeah, I know. I heard Bob mention there was a guy that ran it before him, and I forgot the name, but that must be him.
That was Donnie, I think. And that was back in That was quite a few years ago. But I'm finding it fascinating listening to you guys and how the tackle and everything has changed so much from those days.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
I think Bug would wish it would go back to those days.
Yeah, it's changed a lot, and honestly, a lot of it, most of it has changed for the better. But if you came out with your tackle that you were fishing in the 80s, right now, you would do fine.
Was Bobby Williams fishing offshore tuna in the fall?
Not too much.
No.
The San Diego was originally a half-day boat.
A half-day boat.
Yeah. Seaforth Sport Fishing used to have 2 half-day boats. It had the original Seaforth, which is now the Oceanside 95.
Oh, really?
Yes, and then it also had the San Diego. It was such a popular half-day landing. It's kind of what it was known for, that they needed 2 boats every single day, twice a day, and they were packed.
Wow,
cool. I didn't know that.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And you mentioned going off to the Point Loma kelp beds. I remember in 1969 in the summer we were actually catching bluefin in the small bluefins in the Point Loma kelp beds.
I've heard a lot of stories like that. Bob talks about some afternoon half-day trips of having 80, 90 bluefin.
Really?
Point Loma kelp at the green tank. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I was also working on the 4th of July in '69. We had 125 people on the boat off the La Jolla kelp beds.
Wow.
125.
Hey,
Yes.
Yeah, that was, you talk about tangled vines.
I don't know how they did it. We put 50, 55 people on the boat, and it feels crowded at times.
Yeah.
And they used to put 90, 100 all the time.
All the time.
It was
just kind of standard business.
It was standard. People fish 4 rows deep and just get after it.
Wow.
That's wild.
Wow. Well, thanks for calling us from Idaho with some reflections there. Sure appreciate that, Randy. Thanks a lot for listening on the either the Mighty 1090 app or on stream it right live online on the front page of our website, hookup1090.com. All those links are right there, along with all our Facebook, our Instagram, and our YouTube channel. We have some new stuff going up on YouTube this week, along with that Katmai Lodge. I'll put that Kingfisher Charters video up there this week. So lots of new stuff happening, and keep track of what's going on through us, through Facebook, too.
Yeah, for sure. Well, hey, let's jump back into those phones. John in Mira Mesa, you're up next on Let's Talk Hookup. Good morning, John.
Yeah, hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, I just had a quick testimony about Kingfisher. I was fishing there a week and a half ago. It was second to the last trip, of the season there. And what would have been our last day of fishing, it's the first time in 16 years and the second time in 26 years that they had to cancel due to weather. And, but what I thought was pretty classy was, owner Seth, along with everything that they're known for, what he did was he refunded everyone in the lodge $300 for the day, and then they also provided transportation into town and to do sightseeing or whatever. And I thought that was a pretty classy move on his part.
Hey, well,
awesome,
Seth Boner and
That's
the guys up there run the classiest operation you could possibly get in Sitka. There's no question about it. And I guess there was that remnants of that hurricane kind of slid in there, right?
20 to 30 foot seas and gusts of 60-mile-an-hour winds. They decided, that's a little bit too much for them.
Yeah, a little bit too much for sure. But the Kingfisher Charters is absolutely best operation in Sitka. And our trip actually is getting close to full already for next June. So you want to go with us next June, which is a great time of the year, prime time for king salmon and, of course, halibut and rockfish and such like that. KingfisherCharters.com. Just check our website, hookup1090.com. On the trips page of our website is all the listings of all of our current trips that you want to join us on. I know Rock Cod Rick, you and your dad go every year.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, that'll be our 20th year at Kingfisher Charters next year. That'll be. Hey, thanks for the report. Appreciate that.
Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way, including finding out who's going fishing on the San Diego. We got more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way on the Mighty 1090.
Get it all at Dana Landing in Mission Bay. It's truly the one-stop shop for a great day on the water. Looking for a fishing charter? Dana Landing had you covered with several boats, including the new Blackjack, perfect for 2 to 4 anglers, and the Impulse that will carry up to 6 anglers in comfort and style. Dana Landing has a huge tackle shop with everything you need to go fish bay bass, tuna, or marlin, plus expert anglers on staff to help. They even have Mexican and California fishing licenses and reel repair. The Deli at Dana Landing is a local's favorite with all the food, ice, and beverages you need. When it comes to freshwater tackle, East County Bait and Tackle is the spot for a great day on the lake. The ultimate in rods and reels, the latest freshwater lures, and live bait. ECBT has a staff second to none when it comes to sharing their passion for fishing. ECBT is at the end of the 67 freeway on Mapleview in Lakeside, and Dana Landing is right across from SeaWorld next to the Dana Launch Ramp in Mission Bay. Check DanaLanding.com for more details.
This is Greg Stotesbury from AFCO. For more than 55 years, the American Fishing Tackle Company has been recognized as the premier manufacturer of precision-built offshore fishing tackle. AFCO continues this tradition today with an innovative technical fishing clothing line designed and built for ultimate performance on the water. From our next-generation fishing shorts like the Tactical Camo or Stealth shorts to our AF Block sun protection shirts like the Fish Ninja and Samurai Sun hoodie, the entire AFCO clothing lineup is purpose-built with the latest AFTech fabrics and designed with functional features to deliver top performance for the demanding angler. Visit www.afco.com to find a dealer near you.
It's time to get outside on the east side and celebrate fall colors, arts, culture, and recreation in the Eastern Sierra. From now until the first snow, there are a variety of activities that capture the essence of autumn. In addition to enjoying fall color viewing, the season hosts fishing derbies and biking events to theater performances, a kite festival, and art festivals. Check out the Outside on the East Side details on the Fall Colors page at visitmammoth.com. That's visitmammoth.com.
If you've heard the advice Scott Sherman from Fifth Avenue Insurance has given anglers over the past couple of years, you know there is much more to your boat insurance than just a low rate. Well, Fifth Avenue Insurance can not only find you the lowest rates on your boat insurance, they also make sure the coverage you get meets all your needs. What if you had an accident with the boat and found out you didn't have proper coverage? Well, that just won't happen when you insure with Fifth Avenue Insurance. Call them for advice on your current boat policy or any of your insurance needs. Fifth Avenue Insurance, 619-640-3130, or check the number 5 THAVEINS.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. You're at the big winner of a 3/4-day trip going fishing aboard the San Diego at a C4 Sport Fishing, as well as a ticket to enjoy that killer craft beer and food fest. Again, Saturday, October the 1st at Portuguese Hall. All that money's going to CCA. Big winner going Fred in Woodland Hills. Fred, congratulations. Thanks for the call. You're going to have a great time.
Love that. Come on down. Have some great San Diego hospitality. Go fishing with Captain Ryan Bostian on the San Diego. Go catch some tuna right now.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and you're running every day.
Every single day. We're online. You could call Seaforth at 619-224-3383, or you can book through our website, which is www.thesandiego.com, or the Landing's website, which I believe is seaforthlanding.com. So a lot of different ways to book.
Indeed. And, of course, following you on Facebook, you try and post every day what the fish count was and what to bring and all the pertinent information.
Yeah, we do our best to let you know what's going on so you don't have to show up with your whole garage full of tackle.
Yeah.
Bring a few rods.
There you go. All right, Ryan. Always a pleasure. And thank you also for allowing our listeners to go for free with you when we give away trips on the San Diego. And we've got a new stock today, so we'll be giving away more trips on the San Diego.
Sweet.
Stay tuned for that, and thanks very much for that.
No
hey,
problem.
Thank you for listening today. We'll be back next Saturday and Sunday. Next Saturday, Captain Frank Lopresti from the Royal Polaris will be in the studio with us. And then next Sunday, Captain Benny Florentino from Coastal Charters will be here. Thanks for listening today. We'll see you right back here on the Mighty 1090. Stay tuned for a new show right here on the Mighty 1090. CS Keys pregame coming up next.